Hey, what is going on, guys? Thanks for hanging out with me in the fish room as we are doing part 3, Trace, of the fish room tour. Again, 150 plus tanks. It's going to take a long time. I'm trying to keep each video at about 15 minutes. When you look at my stats, the typical lifespan, well, not the lifespan, the typical attention span of most people that watch my videos is about 7 minutes. So to make an hour-and-a-half long video is absolutely ridiculous. So we're not going to do that. Don't forget, if you guys are interested in getting the awesome stickers that go on your tank, when you become a member, just click on the join button there and you can see the video and learn a little bit more about it. So without further ado, let's head out and start looking at all the rest of the tanks. All right, here we go. Got a bunch of 10-gallon tanks coming up here. Again, this is one of my few shrimp tanks left. These are all Tangerine Tigers. And there, next tank. These are some of my favorite fish. These things are cool. First of all, we've got albino half-beaks. These guys are all live bears. And then also in here are a bunch of really cool clown killies. These, both these fish, the only reason I keep them home is because these are the ones that I'm actually selling. So again, this is one of the tanks that's used just for selling. So those are clown killies and albino half-beaks. Next 10-gallon tank. These I'm just about done with. These are some purple mosaics. They're not the ones that I sell on the website. They're ones that I used to have. But as you can see, the colors have just gotten completely all out of whack in these things. And you can see some of these females are like really old. So I don't know what I'm going to do with these things. I don't know if I'm just going to move them to the mutt guppy tank or what. But it's time to move on with those guys. Up here in this 10-gallon tank, these are albino full reds, but these, when I originally bought the trio, they were the blue Dumbo ears. So when you look down on them, they had these really cool light blue Dumbo ears. Now, I don't notice that on any of these anymore. These just seem to be just albino full reds. They don't, some of them kind of have Dumbo ears, but you know, nothing like they should have. All right, in this tank right here, this is all a bunch of stuff that I bred. The rainbows are Australian rainbows. This guy right here is an Apisto. I don't know, McMaster Eye or something. And then there's some Turkana Jewels back there also, and some albino cribenzas. I think all of that stuff is up for sale on the website too. Down here are some other rainbow fish that I bought that I'm trying to get to spawn. I think they're called Karami. Again, like I've said before, whenever I find a rainbow that I've never had before, I just buy them. So it looks like there's only one male and a bunch of females. But I don't know if they're just not old enough yet or not, but I've yet to ever find eggs in there. Over here in this 10-gallon, these are all Millennium rainbow fish. I don't think any of the females are old enough to spawn in here because I haven't had any eggs with these guys either. Up here in this tank, these are gold Gardner eyes. These are all ones that I've bred. This is the tank that I use to grow these guys out in. That's another type of killifish. If you guys are enjoying this video, would you take just a quick second and click the like button? That way YouTube will share this video with other people. And for the 62.4% of you that are watching this video that are not subscribed to my channel, would love for you guys to become a part of my community and just click that subscribe button. It would really mean a lot to me. All right, up here we've got a 40-gallon breeder. These are Tomatochromis temporalis. These are shell. They're not shell dwellers. They're really shell brooders. Well, they're barely even shell brooders. They typically lay their eggs. They dig kind of a spot out. As you can see, kind of this is indention These are some pretty cool fish. They're all kind of spooked right now, but they just had a bunch of babies. I don't know if you can maybe see a few of them kind of swimming down in there, but I probably counted about 100 babies the other day. These are ones that I don't currently sell, and part of the reason is someone wanted to buy one of these one time and I had to catch him, and it was the hardest fish I've ever had to catch in my entire life. Because, you know, you obviously don't want to break these rock piles all apart, but, you know, the second they get a chance, they dart into those things. So you got to use like 4 nets in here to try to corral these things. But again, these are some really cool. My wife thinks he looks stupid. Like if you look at his face, he looks kind of. She thinks he looks kind of clueless, but they're actually kind of a fun fish to watch. They're very unique. All right, in this tank, this is a 10-gallon. These are Apistos. It's a type of Cockatoides, but it's a Cockatoides Rio Ataya. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm not 100% sure. My friend Gary in Waco is the one that actually breeds these. These guys are really cool because they're not the typical like double, triple red Cockatoides that you see. These look quite a bit different. I've actually got these guys up for sale on the website, and you can see what the adults actually look like. Over here, these are albino full reds. These are the ones that I get from Sam, my guppy breeder, and you can see these guys are just absolutely just beautiful. Just a beautiful, beautiful fish. Over here we got some more Gardneri. These are P82s. I've got a few of those guys in there breeding. Again, that's another mop spawner. Down here we've got another Gardneri. Got a few pairs in there spawning. In here, these are the 24 karat gold guppies. Let's scoot the light up here. There we go. Now we can see them a little bit better. You can kind of get an idea of that gold that's all over them. These guys are kind of young, so it's not quite as strong as it gets as they get older. Down here, these are electric blue Acara. These are another one that is bred locally. These guys are up for sale on the website too. This is a really cool, just absolutely beautiful fish, and it's a very docile fish. You know, it gets about 3 or 4 inches long, but it just never messes with anything else in the tank. This is just a really, really cool fish. In here we have another shrimp tank. These are called raccoons. If we can get a good shot of those. I'm actually working on getting rid of all of my shrimp. Jerry from Papa Shrimp, he's going to start, he's going to take all my shrimp from me. He's already taken a bunch, and he's going to start breeding them. So we can get up some good populations, so we can actually start selling some other type of shrimp other than just the Neo Caradinas. Okay, up here we've got some 20-gallon longs. These are shocking pink endlers, and as you can see in there, we're starting to get a lot of black bar, like dual finned, or like not dual fin. What do they call them? Double sword. And we're starting to get like a lot of double sword black bars coming out from these guys also. But these guys are also up for sale on the website. This 20-gallon long here, we've got a bunch of Neo Cardina shrimp in it, but it's also got some really cool, they're called Malini cories. These are ones I've never ever seen in a fish store before. I think their markings are really neat. But this is another one that I've got up for sale. In this tank is a 20-gallon long. These are Cottlepunks or Cottlepunctatus. These guys are a shell dweller, and these guys have babies a lot. I looked in here the other day, and there was a bunch of babies over there. I don't know if I see them in there now. I have to remove them because I guess they constantly eat them. But this is another really, really cool shell dweller. Beautiful, beautiful fish. In here, another 20-gallon long. These are Apistos. They're called Sunset, but the term, it's like Atalahopta or I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's ATAH something or another. Another cool Apisto. Apistos are some of my favorite fish. So anytime I find one that I've never had before, I just buy it. These guys are actually up for sale on the website too. Now this is one of my Super Dragon tanks. I've got 2 of them. These are just one of the most stunning guppies that there are. I mean, the males are just, they're just beautiful. And it looks like they have just silver, like painted on them. And then down here in the bottom, I've got a bunch of Fantasy Blue Neocardinas. Again, these guys are both up for sale on the website. Then I've also got, there's a bunch of Malaysian trumpet snails in here. I've actually started selling those things too. All right, on this side, this is a 20-gallon long. This is another guppy that I get from Sam, my guppy breeder. These are half black roses. These guys are beautiful, but whenever these guys get about 6 months old, they are just absolutely stunning. The males, I mean, they are just stunning. They look good now, but they don't, just when they get older, they just look absolutely beautiful. Again, that's another fish that I have it for sale on the website. And then over here, this is the second tank of the Super Dragons. And again, it's also another tank. It's got a bunch of Neocardina shrimp in it. And then I've also got a breeding trio of Super Reds. There's so much duckweed on this thing, as you can see right here, that's why there's hardly any light getting in here. Duckweed is an absolute never-ending fight. I can remove all of it and it'll be back in like 5 days, for those of you guys that know what I'm talking about. All right, there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed this tour. We're almost done with this fish room. Finally, we've got about maybe 15 or 20 total tanks left. So you guys got any questions or comments, be sure to leave them down below. So thanks again, guys, and God bless.